The creator of Squid Game just revealed something that changes everything we thought we knew about Season 2's devastating ending. That final scene where Frontman executes Jung-bae? It wasn't just meant to shock us. It was carefully planned years ago as part of a much bigger story. And what the creator just shared about Season 3 suggests we've only scratched the surface of how dark this series will become.
이 게임을 만든 놈들, 우리가 싸워야 한다면 그 놈들과 싸워야 합니다.
Let's dive deep into what Squid Game's mastermind, Hwang Dong-hyuk, just revealed about this jaw-dropping finale. Here's the bombshell. Seasons 2 and 3 were actually written as one massive story. We're talking about a narrative so complex it couldn't even fit into the typical episode count. What we just watched in Season 2? It's only half of what Hwang originally planned. But here's where it gets fascinating. The original story arc was designed to span 8 to 9 episodes. However, as Hwang developed the narrative, it grew beyond these constraints, eventually exceeding 10 episodes. This wasn't just about length. It was about the complexity of the story he needed to tell. Think about the implications here. Every single moment we witnessed in Season 2 was actually part of a much larger tapestry.
땡!
Carefully woven to set up events we haven't even imagined yet. And let's talk about that decision to split the story. This wasn't just about practical constraints. It was a deliberate artistic choice. By creating this breakpoint, Hwang has essentially engineered a massive shift in the story's momentum. Every single move Gi-hun made throughout Season 2 was methodically designed to fail. The tracking devices? Crushed. The vote to end the games? Destroyed. That final rebellion that cost so many lives? Completely demolished.
나 아니었으면 당신도 죽었어.
너 때문이야! 너 아니었으면 살릴 수 있었어!
시간이 없었다고!
This wasn't just bad luck. It was all building towards something much bigger. Now, let's dissect Gi-hun's 3 major attempts to destroy the games, because each failure reveals something crucial about what's coming next. First, those tracking devices. On the surface, it seemed like a solid plan, right? Get some mercenaries, plant the trackers, expose everything. But here's what makes this failure significant. It showed that technology alone can't bring down this organization. They're always one step ahead. And more importantly, they have resources we can't even comprehend. The technical failure of the tracking devices represents something much deeper. The futility of trying to fight this organization on their own terms.
네가 그 안에서 총질을 하든 밖에서 야바이 짓을 하든 달라지는 건 없어.
Think about it. If they can organize and maintain these massive games year after year, what chance did a few tracking devices ever really have? This failure wasn't just about the plan not working. It was about showing Gi-hun, and us, that conventional methods won't work against an unconventional enemy. Then came Gi-hun's second attempt, trying to convince players to vote their way out. This failure might be the most revealing of all. It showed us something absolutely chilling about human nature and the games themselves. The players aren't just participating anymore. They've become true believers in this twisted system. This isn't just about money anymore. It's about ideology. The games have evolved into something far more sinister than we realized in Season 1. But it's that third failure, the rebellion, that really changes everything. This wasn't just another failed plan. This was Gi-hun's masterpiece, his ultimate attempt to bring down the games. He put everything on the line, gathered allies, planned meticulously, and still ended up watching his best friend die at the frontman's hands. This moment wasn't just meant to shock us. It was designed to break Gi-hun completely.
봐. 네 영웅놀이의 결과가 어떤 건지.
Let's break down why this failure is different from the others. In the first 2 attempts, Gi-hun still had hope. He could always try something else, come up with another plan. But watching Jung-bae die? That's different. That's personal. And more importantly, it represents the death of hope itself. The frontman didn't just kill Jung-bae. He killed the very idea that resistance is possible. This execution scene, brutal as it was, serves multiple narrative purposes. First, it shows the absolute power the organization holds. Second, it demonstrates their willingness to be cruel, not just for practical reasons, but for psychological warfare. And third, perhaps most importantly, it sets up something much darker for Season 3. Here's where things get really interesting. Hwang revealed that this devastating ending isn't just about closing Season 2, it's about setting up something much bigger. Think about Gi-hun's state of mind now. He's not just defeated, he's carrying the weight of every single death his failed rebellion caused. And that guilt? It's going to fuel whatever comes next in Season 3. But there's more to this than just emotional trauma. The way Season 2 ended has completely changed the power dynamics of the show. The frontman isn't just running the games anymore. He's proven himself to be a strategic mastermind.
이곳에서 가장 중요한 걸 망쳐놨어. 평등이야. 참가자들 모두가 같은 조건에서 공평하게 경쟁하지.
He didn't just stop the rebellion. He crushed it in a way that makes future rebellions almost impossible to imagine. This leads us to a fascinating question. Was this always the plan? Did the organization actually want Gi-hun to try and fail? Because when you look at how methodically they dismantled each of his attempts, it almost seems like they were playing with him, letting him get just far enough to make his eventual failure even more devastating. The implications here are massive. We now know Season 3 is confirmed for late 2025, and it's going to be the final chapter. But here's what makes this ending so brilliant. Gi-hun can't use any of his old tactics anymore. An armed rebellion. That's off the table. Tracking devices. The organization will be expecting that. Even trying to convince players to leave. That option is gone. But there's something even more significant about this setup. The timing of Season 3's release isn't just about production schedules. By setting it in late 2025, Hwang is giving himself time to craft something truly unprecedented. Remember, this was all part of one big story he had to split up. That means he's known the ending all along. The mid-credits scene with the red light, green light doll isn't just a throwback. It's a warning. The games are about to become deadlier than ever, and this time, it's personal.
네가 진심으로 잘 살기를 바랬어. 지난 일은 다 잊고 행복하길 바랬지.
The frontman isn't just running the games anymore. He's out for revenge. And based on what we've seen, he's willing to go to extremes we haven't even imagined yet. Now, let's talk about something most viewers missed. Jun-ho and his team of mercenaries. They might be Gi-hun's only remaining allies, but remember that betrayal by the boat captain? That's not just a minor setback. It suggests there's corruption at every level, making any future rescue attempts even more dangerous. But there's an even more subtle detail here that needs attention. Throughout Season 2, we saw numerous hints about the organization's true reach. The boat captain's betrayal isn't just about one person. It represents a whole network of influence we're only beginning to understand. Think about every person who's helped maintain these games over the years. The scope is staggering. This brings us to a crucial question. How deep does this really go? The games aren't just happening in isolation anymore. They're part of something much bigger, something that has tentacles reaching into every level of society, and that realization makes Gi-hun's task in Season 3 seem almost impossible.
눈깔 뒤집힌 벌레 같은 것들이에요!
우리가 이러저거 총을 뺏은 게 아닙니다.
Here's the most fascinating part of what Hwang revealed. This was all planned from the beginning of Season 2. Every failure, every death, every setback was deliberately crafted to push Gi-hun to this breaking point. But why? What could possibly come next that requires our main character to be this thoroughly defeated? The answer might lie in how Hwang describes his writing process. He didn't just create a series of events. He crafted a psychological journey. Each defeat Gi-hun suffered wasn't just about the plot. It was about breaking down his fundamental beliefs about how the world works. And more importantly, it was about breaking down our beliefs as viewers. This ties into something crucial about how Hwang views storytelling. He's not just creating entertainment, he's crafting a commentary on society itself. The games aren't just games anymore. They're a mirror reflecting our own world's systems of power and control. When you look at the pattern of the series so far, something becomes clear. Season 1 was about survival.
누군가 그 노숙자를 구하러 왔다는 걸 알면서도 창밖을 보려고 하지 않았지. 숨이 멎는 순간 분명히 알고 있었어. 자기가 졌다는 걸.
Season 2 was about rebellion. So what's Season 3 going to be about? Based on everything Hwang has revealed, we're looking at something much more complex, redemption, but not the kind we're expecting. Think about how the stakes have evolved. In Season 1, it was about individual survival. In Season 2, it became about saving others. But Season 3, it might be about saving something much bigger, maybe even society itself. The games have always been a metaphor for larger systems of oppression, but now we're seeing just how deep that metaphor goes. This evolution suggests something even more intriguing about Season 3. What if the final battle isn't fought with weapons or rebellion at all? What if it's something completely different? A challenge to the very nature of the games themselves? This brings us to the real question we should be asking. Was Gi-hun's failure actually a failure? Or was it exactly what needed to happen?
작은 희생은 감수하자는 건가요?
이번 기회를 놓치면 더 큰 희생을 치르게 될 겁니다.
Think about it. Every time he tried to fight the games directly, he lost. Maybe that's the point. Maybe the real way to bring down this organization isn't through force or rebellion at all. Consider this. What if everything we've seen so far, all the violence, all the games, all the deaths, has been leading us toward a completely different kind of conclusion? The frontman's victory might be exactly what sets up his ultimate defeat, but not in the way we're expecting. The brilliant thing about Hwang's storytelling is how he subverts our expectations. Just when we think we understand the rules, he changes the game entirely. And based on his recent revelations, that's exactly what he's planning for Season 3. But there's one detail in Hwang's interview that nobody's talking about. When he mentioned the story arc of Seasons 2 and 3, he specifically said something about adequate closure. What if everything we think we know about Squid Game's ending is wrong? What if Gi-hun's complete defeat isn't setting up a redemption story at all, but something much darker? The answer might be hidden in plain sight, and it could change everything we thought we knew about where this story is heading. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more shocking revelations, behind-the-scenes drama, and all the latest updates from the world of TV and film. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.